Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play the Thousand Year Door. Alright, so I didn't really think of any really important side stuff we need to be doing. We do actually want to go in here and upgrade Vivian, though. I mean, we have a perfect opportunity to do so right now. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Vivian, please. Yes. And of course, we have plenty of Shine Sprites. And before this chapter is over, actually, we're going to be picking up a lot more. I don't remember the number in total. I'm wanting to say 9 by the time we finish the chapter. So yeah, I mean, there's a ton in the next area we're going to. So we're going to be picking up quite a few of those for sure. Alright, so we've now powered up Vivian. Let's check her out. She's learned Fiery Jinx, which is a pretty good move, as you can tell by the 6 FP cost. You attack all foes with flames to set them on fire. I don't remember how much damage exactly. I mean, I'll use it at some point. We'll find out. But I think it also penetrates enemy defense and also can cause burns as well. So, you know, it's definitely very useful. I mean, Vivian's a pretty good partner. I use her quite a lot. And what I think I'm actually going to do is kind of go over here. There should be like a Goomba around here somewhere that I can just sort of demonstrate that ability here. Alright, so yeah, this will be quick. These guys will go down with just one attack. We just basically want to go ahead and see it here. So, Fiery Jinx. We have to hit the buttons as they appear on screen. It can be a little bit tricky, especially if you are trying to be fast about it. You might hit the wrong thing accidentally, but yeah, there you go. This Fiery Jinx looks like it does 5 damage to all enemies, and it can also cause burns. So, you know, technically I guess it does 6, but yep, so, you know, it's a pretty good move. It's pretty expensive, though. That's the only downfall to it. But, you know, of course, if it was really cheap as well, then Vivian would be a completely overpowered partner, so. Alright, and now that we also have Vivian, there's one more thing that we can do in here. We actually want to drop through and go through to this little area. You might have seen it before when we passed by. But now we can actually do anything. This is very reminiscent of a room in Tubba Blubba's castle back in the original Paper Mario. And now that we have Vivian, we can actually take care of it. Of course, I always try to like make as much progress as I can before using her ability. Alright, so use it there, and then jump back up. Oh, come on, I was trying to use it again, but she got hit by the spikes. Okay, yeah, this room, it can be a little bit irritating, to say the least, so hopefully we'll get it this time. Okay, there we go. Looks like we got it. Finally. Alright, we can open this chest to finally receive the Spike Shield badge. There we go. I mean, it's about time we got that. Well, Vivian, you're on top of the chest. That looks very weird. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's about time we got that. I've been wanting it for forever now. Oh, crap. Ah! Oh, come on now, seriously. If Vivian gets hit by the spikes, you can't use her power, which is really annoying. Alright, I swear I'm not going to spend the entire video in this room, I promise. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and it also really sucks that if you get hit by the spikes, you get sent back to the chest. So, I wish if it just sent you back to the beginning, I'd do that and sort of skip the whole thing, but... Alright, anyway, we finally got through that mess of a room. That was horrible, but... And, yeah, now we're just heading back to the Thousand Year Door, as per usual, in order to figure out our next destination. So here we are. I think Vivian deserves to have a little bit of dialogue with Frankly, because since she hasn't gotten to it yet. And her tail's folded up again. That's so weird. I don't know. It usually doesn't do it that much, but... Alright, so let's get the location of the next crystal star here. So we put the red star in its place, and as you can see, we've now gotten 4 of 7, so we're actually, we're more than halfway done, at least. That's a little bit of progress. I don't know if I mentioned it at the beginning or not, but this game, it is a little bit longer than the original Paper Mario. Largely because of backtracking, but yeah, the chapters in general just take a little bit longer, except, I guess, maybe for the last one. But anyway, our map has been opened, and we now see that our next destination is the little tropical island down to the south there. Which is pretty cool. The next chapter coming up is actually one of my favorites as well. I kind of tend to just sort of like the last half of this game more so than the first half, but maybe that's just me. Alright. We better hurry, don't you think? We should go to the professor's office. We have to let him know about the princess's email.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. So let's go back up there and see if Franklin knows anything about this place. What? That was written in Princess Peach's email? The legendary treasure is actually the spirit of an ancient demon, and those fiends want to use the power of the crystal stars to resurrect it? How bone-chilling. Sadly, it does seem to be consistent with what I've uncovered. What have you found out, Professor? This is rather long, so you'd best listen well. Are all of you ready? And you out there, in front of the TV, you listen up too. Wait, what? I guess he's talking to me. Maybe I'm missing something. Are you talking to no one? Hey, I'm someone. I'll never you mind. Don't worry about such trivial details. Just listen. Yeah, the professor knows what's up. The great cataclysm that I read about in that book may well refer to this demon. It says that a monster destroyed a large town that once stood on this very area. It also says that the 7 crystal stars were actually created by this monster, and that this thing used the power of the crystal stars to try to control the world. According to this book, the demon was defeated in the end by 4 heroes, but only the beast's physical form was destroyed. Its spirit could not be eradicated. So the heroes used crystal stars, which they had stolen from the demon, and they cast the evil beast into the depths of a vast maze and sealed the exit. From this, I gather that the crystal stars cannot distinguish good from evil. So if they're all united, they can either seal away or resurrect the demon. It seems that who wields the crystal stars determines if they're used for evil or good. Yeah, it's a pretty common staple in video games, really. Guess we ought to consider not collecting the crystal stars then. It would be awful if we found them all and have them stolen for evil purposes. Does anyone think it might just be better to destroy them once and for all? Yeah, there's an idea. That was my first thought too, but further research suggests that we can't do that. There's a slight possibility that the 1,000-year door is weakening. It seems the crystal stars hold the power to seal the beast for 1,000 years. So once 1,000 years pass, the power to keep the door sealed shut will fail. And unfortunately, this year may be the 1,000th year. Bad luck, huh? The fact that those goons want the stars now may be coincidence, but maybe not. In other words, we must be ready for the demon's return, even if the Exonauts fail. Oh, I guess we better find the rest of the crystal stars then, huh? Where do we start? According to the map, it appears to be somewhere on Keelhaul Key. Keelhaul Key? I'm none too familiar with the place, but I've heard countless unsavory rumors. You know, the usual stuff. Vengeful spirits full of hatred, evil curses, things like that. I'm sure the sea salt's down by the harbor no more. You should head there first. Definitely. Alright, let's fix Vivian's tail. There we go. And now we're gonna head down to the harbor. So it appears as though our goal is basically still the same. We need to find all the crystal stars. The thought about destroying it would have been a good idea, but we just happened to get unlucky. I kind of wonder who's gonna save the world 1,000 years from now, huh? So, I don't know, hopefully somebody will step up, I guess. So anyway, we're now going to head back to the harbor, where we haven't been in a while, because we need to learn how to get to Keelhaul Key. What? Keelhaul Key? Oh, that place is absolutely awful, I've heard. Not long ago, ship after ship went there hunting treasure, but none ever returned. I bet they met the bad end of the Pirate King's curse. Those guys were dumb. Yeah, but we're not dumb, so we're going to do better. And yeah, also just a warning, this chapter is going to be filled with my pirate voice, so I guess either look forward to or dread that, I don't know. Keelhaul Key? You mean the island where the treasure hoard of Cortez, the Pirate King, is hidden? So, you want the treasure, eh? Fine, but keep an eye out or the pirate curse will get you. I'll be okay, I'm not worried. Whoa, I'm talking to a box. Keelhaul Key? That's that cursed island. Don't get mixed up with that place for your own sake. What about you, buddy? No matter how much I work, life never gets any easier for me, know what I mean? There's got to be a way to just go poof and get rich, Poof! Okay then. Whatever works, buddy. See that ship dock there? She belongs to Flavio, I don't know how. I'm probably just gonna go with Flavio, that's how I always say it, but that may be totally wrong, but don't bother correcting me because I really don't care. That's just how I'm gonna say it, so. He don't sail too often, though. Mostly he hangs at Podley's joint on the plaza. Oi, you, with the mustache. What's with the stink eye, eh? You got something to say? Right then, ask me anything. I'm like an encyclopedia. I can answer anything. Okay. Oh, Keelhaul Key. Listen, mate, don't ask me about that place. I got no need for a cuss from the Pirate King. Okay then. Everyone's talking about this curse here. I don't know what they're all so worried about. Okay, so apparently the information we learned is that nobody wants us to go to Keelhaul Key. I think this guy said something different. Yeah, the guy talking about Flavio hangs out on Podley's joint. So looks like this guy's got pretty much the only ship in town. So I guess we should probably go talk to him, right? So Podley's joint, if you don't remember, is basically just where the inn sign is. We passed through it a couple times, but I haven't really paid it too much attention. So let's go ahead and go on in there. And of course, Luigi's in here, so we get to listen to his story. Nope, shut up. Okay, now let's listen to him first. Well, I headed to Circuit Break Island and got me a marvelous compass piece. You wouldn't believe it, bro. Talk about thrills, chills, and spills. It was pretty nuts, bro. Want to hear what happened? Yeah, let's listen. Hey, sounds good to me. Alright, the Circuit Break Island is up next. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here goes. Just as our boat arrived at Circuit Break Island, we heard this incredible racket. We soon found out that they hold kart races almost every day on the island. Whoever takes first place in the race gets to rule the island as king for that day. Just as we got to the racetrack, they were holding the awards ceremony. I couldn't believe my eyes. Right there on the trophy they give to the winner, it was another piece of the marvelous compass. I almost passed dead away. I decided right then and there that the only thing to do was enter the next race. I mean, I've driven in car races before, so that I'd be okay. Boy, was I wrong. The karts were supercharged machines that could send you airborne with their exhaust. These vehicles were armed with missiles and bazookas. It was anything goes, bro. Of course, I wanted to get right out of there pronto. Those drivers were crazed. But I worked up my courage and signed up anyway, and my race day finally came. I got one of the best karts, the big green one. I took my position at the start line. The light went green, I stopped the accelerator, and something bad happened. I was in reverse. The big green one went rocketing backwards with me yelling. I crashed into the wall behind me hard enough to cut me off mid-scream. In one fell swoop, I dropped into the last place and wrecked my racing machine. But it wasn't all bad news. The other karts crashed because of my maneuver. Once I got in gear and took off, I was the only car left. I won by a country mile, bro. I took the piece off of my trophy and added it to the marvelous compass. The compass came to life and pointed me towards Jazzafraz Town in the east. Then I heard that voice, Princess Eclair's voice, echoed in my ears again. Oh, my princess, random words form poetry if spoken by your voice. I will most definitely save you. Just wait for me, Princess Eclair! Oh, sorry about that, bro. So after that, I got back on my boat and came back here to Rogueport. That's what's been up with me. Okay, so, hey, what do you know? Luigi's been doing a little go-kart racing while we were away. Yeah, I know you'll be around. Alright, what have you got to say now? Yeah, I'm Torque, and don't for a second think this dude's telling the whole story. The only reason I lent him my rig is because he got down on his knees and begged. And what happens? He's in it for 1 second before he completely totals it. Idiot! I'm not letting this dip out of my sight until he repays me the 5,000 coin repair costs. Man, Luigi, you're just making enemies with all kinds of people, aren't you? Alright, so we got some people around here. For a bomb-on, blowing up is like throwing a punch for an ordinary bloke. If you want to leave the biggest impression, you gotta do it with perfect timing. My mum said that once you learn that timing, you're finally an adult bomb-on. Ah, mum. Pretty much. Ah, the guy over there is kind of interesting. Well, let's talk to the mouse first. I mean, scram, don't talk to me. My heart's burning for my long-lost love. Yes, I'm speaking of the extraordinary beauty at the Jew shop in Glitzville. No matter how many times I flirted, she never paid me the slightest attention. Oh yeah, there's a reason for that. Alright, so obviously this guy is just very obvious. I mean, they're literally just screaming for you to talk to him, so let's see what he's got to say. And what do you want, huh? Who, me, you ask about? Ah, I am called Flavio. I am, how you say, a trader, the richest man in Rogueport. Monetary wealth gives me freedom, yes, and freedom gives me wealth of spirit. And yet, why is it that a man whose life is unchained must always long for yet more, huh? What is missing from my life? This tears at my very insides. I must know. What do I lack? Romance? Oh, he's got plenty of emotion, I can tell. Thrills? Let's go with romance. I think you need somebody. Romance, you say, huh? I suppose one does need some romance in life. What other sweet, delectable fruit could make so many wonderful pasta sauces? Ah, no, foolish Flavio. Not Romas, you silly man. What I need is romance. Ah, nice. Wait, hold the horses, that is it. Now that I'm thinking of it, I once heard of the treasure of Cortez, the Pirate King. Yes, this is the answer. Oh, such happiness for me, a hunt for pirate treasure. Why, that just shrieks of romance and thrills and emotion and even money. Do you not know the tale, the Pirate King's treasure, hidden on Keelhaul Key? Ah, well, tales say that the Pirate King Cortez hid his hoard of pirate booty there. For years, treasure hunters and ruffians have gone there in search of the loot, but not a single one of them has ever returned. Oh, the horror makes my back tingle. People here whisper that the ghost of Cortez attacks all who seek his treasure. Yeek! It is because of this very rumors that people no longer go to Keelhaul Key. But that will not stop Flavio. That treasure is there, yes, and I am going to prove it. For I am Flavio, trader extraordinaire, millionaire, sailor of the seven seas. What is that you are saying? You are also looking for a treasure, here in Rogueport? Why talk such craziness? There isn't anything like that in this dull armpit of a town. You cannot be believing each stupid rumor about treasure some street urchin spews out. Alright, kinda hate to cut this guy off, but we're running out of time. So I'll see you next time.